I just want to bring up a relatively small aspect of the revenue package, and that's kind of one of my pet peeves. It's the corporate tax surcharge. Um, I've never really understood this well, and it's always bothered me that there's this surcharge in place whenever we get into, say, a budget problem or a fiscal problem in this state. It's been in since the early 2000s, maybe 2004 or so. And the one promise we've had, the one kind of hope we've had was the sunset. And you know, since then we've seen the sunset probably twice, a couple terms. That 10% surcharge on the corporate tax has gone away, but the sun never seems to set on that surcharge, and I believe that this budget makes it a permanent structure now, and I'm really troubled by that, and I was hoping one day the sun would really set on that corporate tax. The best way to attract business to the state is to have an overall smaller tax burden. Mr. Chairman, you rightly so mentioned the growth we've seen in our state, and we want to continue that. And I think one way to encourage that is to get away from policies like the corporate tax surcharge. Can you imagine being a business somewhere in Germany or Oklahoma or somewhere, and you're thinking about moving into the Connecticut, and if you're a CFO, the first questions you're going to ask are what are our expenses going to be for the size building, the employees, and you will get probably a report on what the costs are, and I'm sure you're going to look at this, say, what's this corporate tax surcharge? Well, sir, you calculate your business income and you add this 10% fee on there, and it just seems like a detriment to attracting more jobs to the state. So I've always been bothered by that, and I was hoping one day the sun would really set on that. So it just strikes me as bad policy. And then the other relatively small aspect that hasn't been hit on yet, Mr. Chairman, is the capital gains. Again, here's this word surcharge. The capital gains increase, and it's going to be a surcharge. And sometime this afternoon, we will be doing the bond package, hopefully soon. And we went through last year with the bond package pushing right up pretty close to the cap that we have established on a bipartisan basis, our borrowing cap, the bond cap. And we were pushing against that the second and third quarter of last year. So we were looking at a pretty tight, even with the restrictions of our governor, on the policy of borrowing, we were still bumping up against that cap. And the fourth quarter came in, surprised us all, a great capital gains revenue increase. We are blessed in this state with having a lot of people that earn money through the capital gains system, and they report quarterly. And our fourth quarter came in just wonderful, as you mentioned, Mr. Chairman, with this growth. So, and that made our life on the subcommittee, the bonding subcommittee, a lot easier. We would have been under real constraints had that money not kind of surprised us and came in that way. So the capital gains surcharge is just not a great idea for this revenue package. And then just finally, one day, we're going to have a debate on these quasi-publics. We got to have an all-out, transparent debate on all these and the effects it has on our budgeting, on our overall fiscal policy, the special funds, and tax credits. I've introduced tax credits, and they're all for great purposes. But we're going to have a debate on all these aspects of off-budget revenue and spending. So thank you for your time, Mr. Chairman.